Forks, Washington is famous for its massive, moss-covered rainforests and a near-constant shroud of gray mist. But on a freezing November night in 1994, it became the backdrop for an impossible mystery. Thomas Finch was a 34-year-old local mechanic. He was a quiet man, well-liked, who kept to himself. He spent almost every evening alone in his isolated workshop on the outskirts of town, repairing old vehicles. At exactly 9:42 p.m., a passing neighbor noticed something strange. The garage lights began to flicker violently. At the same time, a low, heavy hum vibrated through the ground, rattling nearby windows. By the next morning, Thomas hadn't shown up for work. Deputies arrived to find the heavy garage doors locked tight from the inside. Fearing a medical emergency, they kicked the door open. The room was cold, but completely intact. There was absolutely no sign of a struggle. No broken glass, no blood, no signs of an intruder. On the workbench, a half-eaten sandwich sat on a paper wrapper, alongside a mug of coffee that had gone cold. But as investigators looked down at the floor, they found something that defied all logic. A large container of dark engine oil had tipped over, spilling a thick black pool across the center of the room. Walking directly through the dark oil were a pair of heavy work boot prints. They perfectly matched Thomas's size. The tracks walked in a straight line for 4 clear paces, toward the center of the garage, and then, in the dead center of the room, the footprints abruptly stopped. There were no returning prints. Forensic teams checked the ceiling directly above the spot. It was covered in undisturbed dust. It was as if Thomas Finch had simply been lifted out of physical reality mid-stride. Bloodhounds brought to the scene tracked his scent to that exact final footprint. Then, they began howling in terror and refused to move forward. 30 years have passed. No body has ever been found. No suspect has ever been named. Today, the old garage still stands off Route 101, slowly being swallowed up by the thick Washington moss. What really happened to Thomas Finch in the dead center of that room? Leave your theories in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe.